Let me explain the rules of Charuma, a trick-taking game for 2 to 5 players by Takashi Saito, illustrated by Simon Caruso, and published by Darucat. In Charuma, you will bid in each round to obtain cards to play during the different phases of a trick, trying to gain as many points as possible. Start by preparing the deck of cards according to the number of people playing. With 2 players, remove the cards with the values of 2, 3, 4 and 5. For 3 players, remove the cards with the values of 4 and 5. And for 4 or 5 players, keep all the cards. Each player receives 5 points, a bidding token, and a game aid of their colour. Randomly determine who starts the game and give them the Charuma token. Charuma is a trick-taking game where you'll bid on cards in each round to play them in the different phases of a trick to score points until the end of the game is triggered. At the start of a round, shuffle the cards and then deal 2 cards face down to each player. You can secretly look at them. Then deal a group of 6 cards per player face up in the center of the table. In a game with 5 players, you only deal out 5 cards. The remaining cards are discarded from the round. You begin with the bidding phase. Each player must bid their victory points to choose a group of face-up cards. The minimum bid is 0 points and the maximum is 5 points. Starting with the player holding the Charuma token, in turn order clockwise around the table, players place their bidding token onto the cards of their choice. Be careful though, if you bid on a group that already has another player's token, you must bid more, but not exceed the maximum of 5. The player whose bid was exceeded gets their points back and, in turn order, must bid again. Please note that it is not possible to move your bid if no one has outbid you in this phase. The bidding phase ends when everybody has placed their bidding tokens. The points wagered are lost and each player collects and places face up in front of them the cards they bid upon. For your first game, it's advised to play the round without the bidding phase to better understand the card values and the number of points you can earn each round. For the first round without bidding, choose a group of face-up cards at random. Then, you continue to the trick-taking phase until you have no more cards in hand. A trick represents a round of play where each player can play 1 or 2 cards. The highest card or pair played wins the trick. The player with a Charuma token opens the first trick by playing a blue or red card or 2 cards of the same value regardless of the colour to form a pair. Then proceeding clockwise, the opponents must play the same number of cards. If you have a card or pair of the suit required visible in your open hand, you must play it. If you do not have the required card visible in your open hand, you can play any card you wish without any colour restrictions, but you cannot win the trick. You can use a hidden card if you wish to play the suit called. Please note that you're not obliged to play a card or a pair of cards of a higher value. The ace is the lowest card unless a 10 of the same suit is played. In that case, the ace becomes the highest card. Similarly, a pair of aces is higher than a pair of 10s of the same suit. Once everyone is played, the highest value cards or pair of cards of the led suit wins the trick. In case of a tie, the second player who played the highest wins the trick. The winner takes the cards from the trick and places them near their playing area. Then they start the next trick. The round ends when you have played all of your cards. You then score points immediately. Score 1 point for each trick played with a single card and 2 points for a trick played with pairs. Earn an additional point for each ace amongst your tricks, and the player who won the last played trick earns an additional 2 points. Each player takes their victory points from the reserve, then the Charuma token passes to the player with the fewest points, clockwise in case of a tie. This player will start the bidding and the first trick of the next round. Continue playing rounds until someone triggers the end of the game, reaching 25 points with 2 or 3 players, or 20 points with 4 or 5. The player with the most points at the end of the game wins. In case of a tie, play an additional round. Enjoy your game!